my dear friends. Today I'm going to teach you a new topic which is related to chemistry, that is metals and non-metals. Let's start with the chapter. Metals and non-metals. First of all, there are 115 elements which are known till today, and we are broadly classifying these elements into three categories, that is metals, non-metals and metalloids. So the question arises, what do you understand by metals? So these are the elements which have 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the outermost shell. These are the elements which have 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the outermost shell. For example, you can take iron, silver, aluminium, copper and many more. Similarly, what are non-metals? The elements which have 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons in their outermost shell. For example, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, and hydrogen is an exception. It comes into the category, it is a non-metal, but we categorized into metal because it is smallest in size. Now, what are metalloids? Metalloids are those elements which have the characteristics of both metal and non-metal. Which have the characteristics of metals as well as non-metals. दोनों के characteristic features जिसमें होते हैं. They are known as metalloid. For example, silicon, you have antimony, then you have tellurium, then you have germanium. So these all are metalloids which have the characteristics of both metal and non-metal. So let's begin with the physical properties. Let's start physical properties of metal and non-metal. So number 1, metals are generally, number 1, metals are generally hard, but exceptions are always there. So sodium and potassium, except sodium and potassium, these are the soft metals which can easily cut with knife. And if we talk about non-metals are generally soft in nature. Again, the exception is there, and the exception is diamond and graphite. Diamond and graphite. Number 2, this you have already studied in class 8th, that metal are lustrous. That means they are shiny, whereas non-metal are dull, or you can say they are non-lustrous. Number 3rd, very important property, that metals are highly malleable in nature. Malleable means the ability of metal due to which it can be beaten down into sheets. The ability of metal due to which it can be beaten down in sheets. Let me give you an example. You have know about the aluminium foils. You have seen aluminium foils. So aluminium is a metal atom, and we have converted them into aluminium foils, which you use to wrap the food items, as well as um, any other example which we can give is silver. You can also beaten them into sheets, which we also use these metal atom to coat the sweet items, which we have seen in Kaju Katli. Now, another property is that metals are highly ductile in nature. This is the ability of metal due to which it can be drawn into wires. It can be drawn into wires. आपने कभी टिकटॉक में ना ऐसे या किसी ऐप पे या नेट पे कई बार देखा होगा कि लोग प्रैंक्स करते हैं और एक लंबी सी वायर लगा देते हैं, एंड व्हेन समबडी गेट इनसाइड दैट रूम उसको वायर दिखती नहीं और वो गिर जाता है. सो वो जो वायर जो दिखाई नहीं देती, व्हाट इज़ दैट? इट इज़ नथिंग बट टंगस्टन. जो टंगस्टन फिलामेंट होता है या टंगस्टन जो एलिमेंट बेसिकली होता है, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो नॉन टंगस्टन वायर. ये अगर आप इसको स्ट्रेच करते हो, ज़्यादा स्ट्रेच कर देते हो, तो ये इनविजिबल हो जाती है. सो टंगस्टन एक ऐसी वायर है विच इज़ इनविजिबल, एंड दिस प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ इनविजिबिलिटी comes through ductility. And a very good example which is given in NCERT is कि if you take 1 gram gold, from 1 gram gold you can make 2 kilometer long wire. इतनी लंबी आप पतली तार बना सकते हैं 1 ग्राम गोल्ड से. सो इससे पता चलता है कि मेटल एटम्स जो होते हैं वो हाईली मेलिएबल एंड हाईली डक्टाइल इन नेचर होते हैं. बट इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट नॉन मेटल्स, दे आर नॉन मेलिएबल एंड नॉन डक्टाइल. Let's move on to the fifth property, that is sonorous. Metals are highly sonorous in nature. Now what do you understand by sonorous? It means the ringing sound. When metal atom hit any of the other metal, it gives you ringing sound. And very good example that you have seen in schools, आपकी school bells, उसमें रिंगिंग साउंड जो आता है, तो दैट बेल इज मेड अप ऑफ मेटल एटम. वेयर एज नॉन मेटल्स आर they are not sonorous. They are not sonorous. Sixth, this is a very important property, and which you know very well, that metal that we know about the conduction, it's related to conduction. So metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, whereas non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity, except graphite. And you know that graphite is an allotrope of carbon. Allotrope of carbon. Now don't get confused with the term allotrope. Allotrope मतलब type of carbon. Carbon की type होती है diamond, graphite, Buckminster fullerenes. Out of that, graphite भी एक तरह की type है. And but it is a good conductor of electricity. Graphite अच्छा conductor है, but it comes into the category of non-metals. Now let's move on to the state. Metals are solid at room temperature. Solid at room temperature. Except, we can't forget the exceptions. Exceptions are everywhere. So except mercury, which exists in liquid state. Similarly, we talk about non-metals. They may be solid or exist in gaseous form. May be solid or exist in gaseous form. Gaseous form. Again, exception, bromine, which is liquid, which is a liquid. In case of metal, mercury is the element which is exist in a liquid state, and in case of non-metal, bromine is a metal which element which exists in liquid state. Let's talk about their melting point and boiling point. Metals generally have high melting point and boiling point, except, you know very well, sodium and potassium. I already told you they are very soft in nature. They can be easily cut with a knife. हम इनको knife से easily cut भी कर सकते हैं. So that is why they have a low melting and boiling point, but other metals have high melting and boiling point. And why this happen? Why they have a very high melting point and boiling point? So you are aware of the bonds. You have heard of covalent bond, which the bonds which formed by the sharing of electron. You have heard about ionic bonds, which form by the transfer of electron. In the similar way, why the metals have high melting and boiling point? Because of strong metallic bonding. Due to strong metallic bonding. What happened due to this? Due to this, they cannot vaporize easily. They cannot vaporize easily. इतनी strong metallic bonding होती है कि metal atom easily vaporize नहीं हो पाता. इस वजह से इनका melting point and boiling point high होता है. But in case of non-metal, have generally low melting point. They have generally low melting point and boiling point. Why this? Due to weak van der Waals forces. Due to weak van der Waals forces. I'll discuss this topic, weak van der Waals forces, in later classes. Right now you just have to know कि ऐसा क्यों होता है, because उनमें weak van der Waals forces होते हैं. That's it. So the 9th point is atomicity. Atomicity. Metal occur in vapor state, I told you, so they are monoatomic. Metals are monoatomic. Like for example, copper, aluminium, you have seen magnesium, you have seen sodium. They all are monoatomic, have one atomicity. Whereas the non-metals are polyatomic. I mean to say that they cannot exist as individual. They cannot exist as individual. For example, oxygen, CO2. If you see N2, you have also seen ozone, that is O3, phosphorus, P4. So they are polyatomic in nature, that their atomicity is more than 2. And the last but not the least, let's discuss about on the basis of nature of oxide. Nature of oxides. Metals are basic in nature. They are basic in nature. What do you understand by basic in nature? That they turn red litmus blue. Whereas non-metals are acidic in nature. They turn blue litmus red. I've already told that exceptions are everywhere. So in this case, there is one more exception. That means chromate, chromium oxide. This is an exception, that it is acidic in nature. In case of non-metals also, like you can take the example of water, it is neutral in nature. You can take the example of nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide. So these are what? They are exception, that they are not acidic in nature.